Right. So I just finished watching all about Lily Chow right now. I don't know. I felt like it was a bit too emo or whatever.
Uh, yeah, a bit too emo. Yeah, it was. I guess as I messaged you earlier. Um, I didn't like the presentation. Even though there were like nice um cuts, I guess, film cuts and sort of um lots of good padding shots. I don't think. Yeah, the how the film was presented was very sort of vague and a little bit irritating, I guess. I think the visual thing that got on my nerves a lot was when they sort of kept transitioning to like the website they used, but like the screen would but the screen would flash like white um and black and it was very sort of like yeah, it was very bright all at once and got very dark all at once. It was yeah, it was a bit irritating, and they would like constantly flash the screen at you all the time. Um, especially like yeah, I kind of the thing is like I've forgotten most of this movie, so all I oh God, what's the word? Remember is sort of these annoyances I had and that sort of disaster holiday um the older group of friends had, but that's like the main stuff I've taken away from this film.
Yeah, I mean, I also kind of did not quite see what the point of the film is. Is it something like bullying is bad, don't bully people or something? I I mean, um, it, I guess some of the camcorder bits were kind of neat or whatever. But other than that,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, but even then with his camcorder bits, a lot of the time you're not really getting much. I don't know. I was just kind of a bit annoyed sometimes with those like camcorder scenes because you couldn't really see anything. You couldn't like it was quite difficult to tell what was going on. I guess that was obviously intentional. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not really very big on found footage anyway, just because I don't know. It's usually like a little bit shit, I guess. Um,
Uh, I don't think that the whole thing with the celebrity or whatever called Lily Chow, because that's the title
mm,
of the film.
yeah,
Um, that
Lily Chow Chow.
yeah, that didn't really matter. I mean, as far as I could
No.
see.
Oh, I've read the synopsis. There was like a short synopsis, and I think it does sum up the movie quite well. It sort of says that it isn't like the downward pull of life was so great that not even Lily Chow Chow could save him, or something like that. Um, to that effect, at least. So I
Mm.
think I think the point of the film was that it doesn't it didn't it didn't really matter what like these people consumed because their lives were just like so like shitty that have just like killed themselves anyway.
I mean, another problem that I had is that I couldn't really tell apart some of the characters.
Yeah, like yeah. Um, maybe you could explain this.
Well, it's more like they all have the same haircuts.
The same
Um,
uniform.
yeah, and they don't use names that much.
No, no, and
So
a lot of the characters do look quite similar. I think there's two brothers in the film, right? And they do look kind of similar, even yeah, and like I think even down to the friendship groups, like I got quite mixed up. Like for like a lot of the film, I was thinking there was like they were like flashing back in time and you're seeing their childhood. Um, that older group, but actually they're like two different groups. There's like a younger friendship group and an older one. Um, the older one you see go on the holiday where like the guy gets hit by like the a truck or something. Um, yeah, it was very difficult to follow at times, but I think it is a film that benefits from sort of thinking about it a little bit afterwards. Yeah, I probably should
Hmm.
have like read a wiki or something before doing this. That might have helped us, but yeah. Um, there isn't really any characters I can point to that I liked, which is lucky because I don't remember any of the characters' names. So yeah.
I mean, yeah. What was the point of the holiday bit anyway? I can't. It was really boring.
It was I did honestly the holiday bit was probably my favorite part. Um, I guess like I just because like of it was it I found it to be very similar to how like holidays usually are, where you sort of see the potential of actually enjoying yourself, but in reality like it's sort of one thing after another. Like oh man, like a friend almost got killed. Oh man, this like stranger is tagging along. Oh no, that stranger got like hit by like a car. It was very sort of it felt like a regular holiday to me. I guess.
Yeah, it did kind of feel like a regular holiday, but I don't know. It was kind of boring, really. Um, apparently,
Oh well, look,
uh,
all these attractive women we're never gonna get with.
yeah, yeah. Um, apparently, according to the wiki, um, yeah, the director Shunji or whatever Shunji Iwai was inspired to shoot in digital by his friend, the anime and live action director Hideaki Anno,
Ah, I see.
who shot who shot his own digital film and his own digital film entitled Love and Pop, which is all right. I watched it. It's all right. In
Mm.
1998. Um, Anno later cast Iwai as the lead in his second live action film Shiki Jitsu, which I've been trying to track for a long time, but I can't find it anywhere.
Mm.
Anyway, I guess other interesting bits about the production are that basically the director Shunji Iwai um, in 2000 on April 1, 2000 went live with his internet novel in the form of a website called Lilyholic, where he posted messages as several characters on a BBS server. Sorry, a BBS, I guess, forum. And the readers of the novel were free to post alongside Iwai's characters and interact with each other. And some of the content in the movie comes from the BBS. So I guess, um, and the novel is apparently available in CD-ROM, but only in Japanese, unfortunately. Apparently,
Ah,
some of the scenes or whatever took like basically came from this thing that that the director did online, apparently. For what? But I don't know. I didn't feel like the end product was really that good. Um,
yeah, no, I was yeah, Love Exposure was better. Sorry, it was.
yeah, um, yeah. It's kind of a weird recommendation because we were recommended this film by the same person who recommended us to
Yeah.
watch Love Exposure, and I don't know. Um, it didn't really. Uh,
No,
like
it was it wasn't really good. It was I didn't I didn't yeah. I wasn't really impressed by anything really. I sort of to be honest, I kind of do sort of see the Anno inspiration quote unquote in the film now. Yeah, everything everything kind of makes more sense. I guess after you told me that. Um, yeah, um, yeah. I guess the problem was that there wasn't really something to tie the film altogether apart from sort of a vague idea of Lily. I guess, but there wasn't really any character you sort of spend enough time with, or any character that you really care enough about to really get invested at all. Like the film really is just like one sort of miserable scene after another, I guess. Um, with with obviously some short respite, but that's about it really.
Yeah, and I don't know, like it's not even. I mean, it's not even like a spectacle sort of thing. So there's not
No.
much. It's not really entertaining, really. And there were just too many characters, really.
Yeah,
Um,
I can. Another thing that sort of bugged me was the fact that they didn't really like there were times where they could have really shown off the Japanese countryside because in the film it's shot like very prettily all the footage of the countryside you see and when they're shooting inside um railway carriages they really could have just like panned the camera up, just a little bit, just like a few, just like 10 degrees upwards, and you would have got like some really good shots of the countryside. They do this sometimes, and it does look good when they do it. I didn't like, I don't really know, I don't really know why they just don't do it like all the time, really, because they really could have took advantage of the setting. Yeah, because the location where they filmed was like awesome, really. It just, it looked like exactly how you would imagine the Japanese countryside to look like.
yeah. Apparently, the film did start midway through the story, and yeah. So you were not you were not wrong. It did start midway, just after the second term of junior high school begins, and then it flashes back to the first term and the summer
Ah,
vacation, and then skips back to the present.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
whatever.
It does
They also
it does not make
they,
any difference, does it?
apparently they also show stuff in elementary school or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, hmm. I don't know. And I guess it's sort of like. I mean, I also didn't get the friendship or whatever between the two main characters. Sort of, I guess. The one called Hoshino, I think. I don't know. There were so many
Uh,
characters. Yeah.
yeah.
But,
Yeah. Are these are you referring to like the two boys where like one of the boys sort of stabs the other at the end? Is that what you're talking about? There's like a
yes.
boy with like an apple and he gives that to like his younger brother, I think.
Uh,
But yeah.
are they brothers? Okay. Uh,
I thought
I thought.
I thought they were brothers or or maybe they were just friends or I'm not sure. I assume they were brothers.
Hmm,
Unclear.
unclear. That rape scene came out of nowhere, and the fact that the protagonist was in love with the girl who got raped also came out of nowhere. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. It isn't. Yeah, there was only really one moment in the film when I was like, you know, like where I thought what the fuck is going on basically, and that was when the younger boy and that girl they sort of walk down to like her house, I think, but at the same time there's sort of a scene happening at like a different time with her again. I think it's that like rape scene, I think. And then but like it's it's almost
Is it
as
the
if
same girl?
with like is it like it wouldn't make any sense because like how would have that other girl seen inside the house at that point? Like it's almost as if she's sort of reacting to like her own, you know, rape, right? I mean, it was like it was very confusing. Uh, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Or maybe I'm just not
Mm,
explaining it correctly. It's quite difficult to describe, to be honest.
uh, uh, so,
But yeah,
so,
I was just completely lost at that point.
so when the rape scene happens, there's one girl watching from outside with the with that guy with the
Yeah,
younger looking boy crying or whatever. Then
it's like what?
there's but that's the girl outside is not the girl inside. It's just
No,
one of the bullies,
okay.
right? And
They just look similar. Okay, right. I see. Oh my
because
God.
they, I don't know, maybe
Yes,
it's
yes, because um I'm like you know racist I guess but to be honest they do look quite similar, especially when like they're not in the same shot together, I guess. Very confusing.
um and at the same time, I think that there's another girl who gets confessed to, which is the one who is getting prostituted or whatever for some
Yeah,
reason. Um,
yeah. It
and
was it was nice for Kino to star in this film. It was, you know, it was kind of very I'm joking.
uh, yeah, I mean, oh, I don't know. Yeah, Kino. I don't know about Kino. Mm.
To be fair to him though,
Maybe
there aren't
maybe
like
they're too old.
they're also real too as well, so you know.
Yeah, they're too old and they're real. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um. Yeah. I
I
also.
mean,
Oh, also, I'm not sure. Like at one point they say that the band has broken up or something, but at the end they go to a concert. So maybe it's just the lead singer or something. I didn't really get it. Um, there's so much. Oh, what's that sound? Oh, no.
it's the sound of Husky shuffling his way into our film chats.
Is that so?
Yeah, he can just get confused as probably as about as confused as we are right now. I guess.
Hmm.
Yeah. All this withstanding, to be honest, it is quite a simple film. Um, you know, it is you know, our lives are miserable. This music can't help us. So our lives are still miserable, basically. And yeah, and I think yes, the girl who gets Kino's does um kill herself, right? She electrocutes
Does she?
herself. Yeah, I thought she did.
Is it?
There's like a kite flying scene. Yeah, there's like a kite flying scene, and then there's like a shot of like her shoes um wrapped around like a electric wire or something. Isn't
Oh
there?
yeah,
So I
that's what I wanted to ask. Who was it? The girl who got raped that died?
yeah, I thought it would have been like that would have made perfect sense because that kite scene would have been like a fantasy, you know, or something.
And and then, but
Just,
wasn't there a girl who got,
there was just a random kite scene. I'm not
yeah,
quite sure really what the kites were about, but yeah.
wasn't there a girl who, I don't know, shaved her hair? I mean, wasn't she the girl who got raped, or
I
was it another girl?
I have actually completely forgotten that scene. I what there was a girl who shaved her head.
Uh,
I'm like using it right now. This is like hilarious. This I do like, I mean like does it like does I mean like these are all sort of character plot points, but at the end of the day they don't really matter like at all. Do they? Like
yes, that's true. Yeah.
this film is basically just a theme, right? Like that's all it is. It's just sort of um various manifestations of the same idea sort of repeated over and over again. Like a character has a problem, they get some sort of respite from Lily Cho, and then but that respite isn't enough, and so they sort of end up falling off, right? And that's basically it. Like that's basically the template for every character. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, apparently, well, there's an official English language website, um, and you need Flash to view it, apparently.
I see.
Um, Still up though. Uh,
Yeah,
and yeah, I think the copyright at the bottom says 2000 to 2011. I wanted to see how the hell they explain the story themselves, maybe, or something, but fuck, I'll have to do that later, I guess, to get
yeah.
Flash up,
It
Flash working.
yeah yeah. I don't like I don't really care that much. I guess. I think like this film discussion is going to be the last time I talk about this film. It was
Yeah,
very sort of
yeah,
yeah. It was just very uninspiring. I guess like they did try to do some like artsy stuff with it, but like to me it all sort of fell flat in the execution. Especially especially in the presentation, which was just very unclear throughout. Yeah, I just like I don't really want to spend like most of the film sort of figuring out the basics of the plot. Because it's like that's just distracting. Really. That's not like that's not exactly a virtue of film. It's not if the film was quote unquote smart, then maybe like there will be some utility in making things more vague. But this isn't ever this like this film is not a smart film. It's just sort of yeah, as we said, it's irritating, or maybe as I said. Uh,
yeah. I guess some of those things which they said about the eat or whatever, those did kind of sound like something that some depressed 14-year-old would say, I guess. So I guess you get it gets points for immersion or whatever. Um,
yeah.
Other
It,
than that, yeah. Uh, because I don't know. Did any of it really add anything? The website sections, I guess.
I didn't. Yeah, like I was just annoyed by the flashing lights at the beginning and end of every website transition. So it's like you sort of get like a short period of like live action and then flashing lights like really annoying flashing lights, and then you get like a sh short shot of the website, and then it flashes back again, and yeah, and sort of rinse and repeat. This was particularly bad at the front half of the film. But yeah, I didn't. yeah. To me, the website stuff diminished my enjoyment of the film. Not that I enjoyed it anyway.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. I don't know. Maybe if I was younger, I might have thought it was deep or something, or maybe not. Or maybe I would have just thought it was boring.
Yeah. Well.
Maybe.
I'm younger. I'm younger, I guess. And
I
yeah,
mean, I
it
would
was not
say
deep.
like I would say something like 12, um, 14 years old thereabouts.
I see. I'm 14 and this is deep, or
Yeah,
whatever that
that
meme was.
sort of thing. Yeah, that sort of thing. Um, I don't know. I also didn't feel like they did a good job of, as you said, interviewing or whatever. Um, the thing about the pop star or whatever and the rest. Because I kind of sort of expected. On the one hand, I think it's a good thing it didn't happen. But what I sort of expected was that, oh well, like all the characters are talking to each other on that's what I thought it would be like at the start. All the characters are talking to each other through the web forum, and at the
Yeah,
end, they kind of find out that, oh, we were talking to each other or something. I guess it's a good thing that it didn't happen because it would be kind of lame. But uh, at the same, I mean, it would kind of feel fake. Like, I don't know, like what a coincidence, that they all just happen to be like talking to each other on the same web forum or whatever. But I mean,
yeah. It would have. Have you seen Ready Player One?
I've seen the film. Yeah, it's shit. Um,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't advise anyone to go and watch that film. But there is sort of a part in that film where like it turns out all like of the all of the protagonists' gaming buddies sort of live on the same street or something, which is pretty funny. That was kind of the best aspect of the film for me, to be honest. It's just like, oh yeah, we just all live on the same street or something. I don't know. Man, I feel like we're sort of done talking about the film now. Unless it's like anything else, you want to
uh,
say. This
okay,
is
I got.
this is going to be a short one, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, I finally got Flash working.
Uh,
And I don't understand why they needed to use Flash for this shit because it's literally just text on a page. So I'll quickly read it. And
okay.
it's really small. It's like less than 10 pixels. So I have to like zoom in or something. If I can fucking. Oh no, I can't zoom in because it's Flash.
Oh,
So
I see. I see.
for fuck's sake.
This is peak coding, by the way.
Uh, yeah, I don't think you can zoom in. Whatever. Well, I will just hold it very close to my face. Uh, so,
Oh,
so
God.
this is the storyline according to their site, the official All About Lily Chou site or whatever. Yuichi Hasumi uh, is in the 8th grade and he lives with his mother, her boyfriend, and his son. What in a rural town? At school, um, okay. At school, he gets picked on, roughed up, and abused. In in the in his those suffocating school days. This is some Google Translate English, all right, on the official site. In his
Yeah.
those in his those suffocating school days, his favorite singer, Lily Chow Chow, was all that matters to him. He keeps to his room all day long and lives in the Lily Chow Chow's fan site, Lilyphilia, which he manages. Which well, like they didn't show any of this shit. Like I
No,
didn't know that.
no.
that
This is like fan fiction territory already.
so his fan site, Lilyphilia, which he manages, is the only place for him. He keeps to his Yeah, I'm reading the same fucking line because it's all close together. One day,
Yeah.
one day, Philia, Yuichi's handle at fan site, encounters another passionate Lily fan, Blue Cat, in the site, who becomes his close friend soon. I don't think we really got to see like them
No.
becoming friends or something. Um, 1 year ago, in 1999, age 13, Yuichi did not know Lily yet. It's a happy period of his young life. He has just entered junior high, and one of his classmates is Hoshino. Hoshino was a model student scoring high marks. Yuichi goes out of his way to strike up a friendship with him and seizes the opportunity when both join the Kendo Japanese fencing club. I don't know. Did we see them becoming friends or something? I,
They sort of end up in his house. He's got like a telescope. He has like a MILF mother, I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, and Yuichi, I guess, uses uh, Hoshino's mother's soap for some reason. Um, they joined the finals summer training camp, but exhausted from it and decide to plan a trip to Okinawa. They take off for the island, and all goes well at the beginning. But things take a turn for the worse when Hoshino almost drowns. Like, yeah, like why did he almost drown? Like, why did he go to swim? Or like, how did he end up?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, like he was.
Maybe he was just like depressed or something. I guess he just decided to end things.
Yeah. Soon after, they witness a bloody traffic accident. The trip appears to trigger dark changes ahead. Yeah. The new term began with classmates looking older. Did they look older? I'm not sure about that.
No.
Um, I mean, the, the, they all look the same to me throughout the film. To be honest, they didn't go to. I don't know.
No. No.
Maybe,
It's
yeah.
almost as if these scenes were filmed at a similar point in time, but you know.
Yeah, maybe it's something to do with the uniforms with that we don't get it, but maybe if you were Japanese, you would get it or something.
Uh,
Um, I don't know. Okay.
uh,
The general, I know, not presses to doubt. All right. The general change, Hoshino is remarkable, and fellow students get a first taste of it when he knocks down the school bully Inubushi, which he further humiliates after class. Hoshino becomes a gang leader. He no longer has time for fencing or other school activities. And last year's friends, Yuichi becomes a victim of his abuse. The year is 2000 and students turn 14. Um, are they going to like say the whole fucking story on the
yes.
official site?
Yeah,
Um,
because this is what is required for people to actually understand like everything that went on, I guess. Uh,
okay, so
uh,
the year is 2000 and the students turned 14. Yoichi is now an 8th grade student, but still has to fork over money to Hoshino. This he does by shoplifting, petty theft, etc. Hoshino has eyes elsewhere, it seems, ordering Yuichi to watch and follow classmate Shiori Tsuda, Yu Aoi, also a victim of Oshino, who forced her to date with older men for money. Um, like, did we
this
get
isn't. No, this isn't really shown. Like in the film, it's just like some random like men who sort of um go up to her, right? And it's sort of all implied, isn't it? You don't. I don't think you ever see those two characters really speak, right? Unless I've forgotten.
no, we don't see it now. But did we really see like was there a reason why Hoshino like suddenly became a bully or whatever? Um,
No, not really. I guess he just almost drowned, and that changed him.
I think it was kind of implied that, I don't know, his parents divorced or some shit, off screen, of course.
Yeah, off
Um,
screen. Off screen death.
yeah, Yuichi must keep his eyes on her and the money. His only pleasure within his suffocating school life lies in the presence of classmate Yoko Kuno. An exceptional student, she's also quite popular with the boys and is an outstanding pianist, but she was also a victim of other classmates' abuse. A solitude as vast as an empty sky, suffocating school days, little by little, reality was becoming unbearable to him. Philia confesses, I tried to kill myself, but I couldn't do it. And Blue Cat responds, I understand, I share the same pain you do. Philia, Yuichi was relieved by having Blue Cat who finally understands him. So Philia is Yuichi, and Blue Cat is Hoshino, right? If I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it was Philia who confesses the protagonist Yuichi, who says that he was going to kill himself or whatever. All right, which we didn't see. We didn't see him try to kill himself, did we?
No.
And I don't think it was even made clear that like Philia was the protagonist, or I guess Yuichi.
This is all very exhausting.
Yeah, it's almost over. Yet let's see. Yuichi was blah blah blah. December 8th, Lily Chou holds her special concert. Yeah, and I don't think we even got to see Lily Chou, did we?
No,
Uh,
we didn't.
mm, fuck. Oh, yeah. Uh, blah blah blah. There's more. I think there's more stuff about the production, but I don't think that's that interesting either, to be honest.
Yeah, who
Uh,
cares? Yeah, all right. Let's end this film discussion. I guess. I mean, this was like so. Yeah, after Love Exposure, I got very disappointed by this film. I thought I was gonna get another Love Exposure level, events, but instead we get like that. Well, instead we got what we got basically. I give this film a 3 out of 10. That's being generous, to be honest. I didn't really enjoy the film at all. Um,
uh, yeah. I must agree. Yeah. I I'll also give it let's see, a 1 out of 10. That's fair. So,
right, yeah,
hmm,
yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what else to say about this. Maybe I could read this shit later on, but um, let's see. Did you get any rewards for this? I hope not. No. Yeah. Or maybe he did get some rewards, but I can't read it because the font is too small. Anyway, who
Oh,
cares?
yeah, I don't.
There's
Uh,
there's a Lily dictionary apparently. Uh,
okay,
I,
great.
I'm not sure whether that interested in
But,
reading it.
I guess
There's stuff
yeah,
yeah,
I guess like the five fans of this film can enjoy that.
yeah. So let's put this fucking film aside for a moment. So
Husky, are you gonna join with? I think we've done speaking about this cursed film. Uh, yeah.
My brother's playing video games in the background, so I don't think I can join any recorded discussion right now.
Oh, okay, yeah. We see. I'm gonna I'm gonna leave now anyway. I guess.
all right then.
Because
Yeah.
it's very hot right
I
now.
was hoping there'd be more discussion after the recording. I mean, not really discussion, but like just hanging out and shit.
Where are you guys?
See, exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Let's see.
usually Husky, we do like talk for a while afterwards. Like last time we spoke, we did sort of joke around afterwards a lot. But today I do, yeah, I didn't really have a lot of time. Also, I'm probably gonna die of like heat exposure in like a few minutes as well, because it's bloody hot today.
Let me look at
Yeah,
the temperature today. I think it's probably
You're gonna
almost
die of love
30.
exposure.
Yeah.
I wish. No, I'm gonna die of heat exposure.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's a heat wave in the UK now.
yeah, Husky, is there anything you really want to ask us? I guess. Are we still recording? Of course we
Yes,
are.
we still are.
Let's say let's say goodbye to our fans.
Tata, bye, fans. You can leave. All right. So,
Now get out.
yeah, get out. Um, yeah. So,
Fucking AA fanboys.
all right. So, is there anything you want to say, Husky?
Oh, he rage quit out of the room. I was just going to propose a few ideas for the channel if you want to make some cool content and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Also, I'm going to be a little more low energy than usual and slow in responding because I'm also prospecting for insurance clients right now.
That's fine. Don't worry.
Okay, so the idea I had was when I've got some free time around this week, I'll try making some concept art, and maybe we can squeeze our creative minds together and see if we could come up with cool ideas and make a whole stream about that. But this time it's gonna have like PowerPoint visual, maybe not PowerPoint, but something that you can display visuals with, and maybe we can do stuff like listen to different kinds of music together on the stream and think about which one would vibe with what we're creating. You know, basically like a whole brainstorming stream. That would be really cool.
Yeah. We're well. I was at least thinking about a VN seminar at some point.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah. We could have like PowerPoints and things. Would be great. I'll be up for that. I guess I have to get some bits prepared. Actually, I do have a lot of stuff I'm going to send you very soon, Husky. And when I say very soon, I mean like in like 2 weeks' time.
Awesome. Please do send me like what do you call them? Please send me more details and descriptions and whatnot.
What I am going to send you, I think this is quite important. Is I'm going to send you various angles of the big 3D render, so you can get an idea of what this school is actually going to look like.
Alrighty.
That'd be quite useful for you. Along with some other stuff, I have got like super distracted by making a website recently. If you haven't noticed,
I don't understand how you guys can stomach doing this website making, number crunching, coding, blah 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 stuff. It's I took one look at it and how to do it, and I'm like, no.
yeah, it's fine. It is it does take some getting used to, I guess.
I failed that subject twice in college. Coding
Oh.
really was not my thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is. Sorry, I didn't.
I mean, it's just HTML, really. I mean, if you really want to try it anyway, there's a browser called CMonkey, which has like what you see is what you get.
CMonkey.
HTML. Yeah, it has an element or whatever.
What did I tell you about saying or whatever?
Yeah, whatever. So, it has it's a internet suite or whatever. It basically has got an IRC client, a web
or whatever,
browser, and an email client, and it also has an HTML editor, which basically after you get like just download some like free HTML, free HTML template or whatever, or you can just take another website that you like and then you can just use it to. You can just open the page like in Word, the web page like in Word, and you can just remove what is already written on that page and replace it with whatever you want to put there. Anyway, yeah.
Okay. So so is it like a drag and drop or something?
No, it's not that dumb, but it's pretty easy.
Okay. Like if I needed to create a website, it would just be for making an online portfolio, and I want to make it look pretty and whatnot. And the thing is, every time I ask a VO, do I have to learn how to code or something? They always tell me, you know what, you can just pay a drag and drop site and make your web and put your online portfolio there for less time. I'm like, okay.
Don't use like shit like Wix, website builders, and that sort of cancer.
Why not? What's wrong with Wix?
all Wix websites just look the same. If you want to go and look at some proper websites made with HTML and CSS, go on NeoCities. Not. I mean, yeah. Anyway.
I don't know, man. A lot of NeoCities websites look like they were made with 2003 PowerPoint.
That's how they're supposed to be made.
This is yeah. These are real websites, my dude.
Yeah. Exactly.
Just don't look at my website yet because I haven't finished it yet.
Real websites
Yeah.
look like 2003 PowerPoint.
Yeah, basically.
It is. Yeah. It's just text on a screen, really, and some images. That's the web, not this bloated shit. Anyway.
Use a slipper. Don't step on it with your feet.
You guys did this.
So, did you watch any of Academic Agent stuff lately?
Yeah, I did, and I laughed. I literally laughed out loud. This is the first time that I laughed out loud. Like, I'm not saying, I'm literally, as in, I really did it. I really did. When he told that small story about that Italian baby that was crying when they went to Rome, that was so freaking funny.
Yeah. Cries in Italian.
Have you heard that one, student?
Yes, I didn't find it that funny. Like,
What the fuck is wrong with you? You have such weird taste.
I
I
mean,
guess
I lived there.
Just because
Italy, so I mean, it's not that funny to hear a baby laugh in Italian. What's so weird about it? I don't get it.
It is funny. It's funny because it's a baby and it's laughing in an Italian accent. How is that not funny to you?
I don't know.
That is just as fucked up as not finding Attack on Titan cool.
exactly.
Preach.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
Oh, there you go again, fucker.
Can't do anything about plebs.
This is the elitist attitude coming through.
I noticed every time you laugh you laugh really hard when I hear you on stream, you're always laughing at some story about somebody getting shot or nuked or beaten up by a gang or something. That was like what I was noticing. That's what I was noticing when we had that stream with that American femboy, who was also a Navy guy. No surprise.
Yeah, I mean, other people's misery is funny, isn't it?
Okay, I have to admit, some of it was pretty fucking funny. Like when he was going on about when you ask him, what do you think about the people who get blown up when you launch naval strikes if they're innocent, and his only response was fuck them. Fuck them. We're America. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Did you watch that stream, Flawed Agent?
No, I didn't get opportunity.
Because there are so many nuggets of gold in that stream. It kind of drags on later, but the midpoint and the early parts of the stream were absolute gold.
Oh man. Yeah,
Like the whole wanton indiscriminate blowing up of people and I don't give a fuck attitude because I'm America and I believe in freedom. It was freaking hilarious.
Oh, I love it. This is That's pure American energy.
And one part that made me laugh really hard was how, the whole brand of this freaking Discord server, this whole group is we are the dissidents who like anime. And then the reason why I asked student to ask, I forgot his real name, so I just call him Femboy
Yuri.
Navy Man. Yuri.
Yeah,
What a gay name. So the reason why I asked student to ask Yuri about the whole Israel thing was it was like a litmus test. When we asked him, "What do you think about Israel?" his response was, "Oh, it's great. I love it." I was laughing. Sorry, Yuri. I just found it so funny. If you're gonna listen to this stream, I was like, "Oh, I love it." Like,
Oh man, I fucking love Israel.
that was so freaking funny.
Nobody's going to
Close the
listen
door.
to this after we talked about that film all about Lily Chou.
What the hell were you
I've
guys
seen-
talking about? Was this made by the same guys who made Love Selection?
No, it wasn't. It's just a Japanese film like Love Exposure.
It was recommended to us by the same person, by Paz, or Artificial Night Sky, if you have seen his YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I don't know. I think so. I'm looking at the official website or whatever of Lily Show, and Lily Dictionary. So this came out in 2000. So
Uh-huh.
It's something.
Oh, you're gonna be hearing my brother again speaking in the background.
it's
It's
fine.
fine. Yeah. It's not like we're still recording or anything, is it, students?
Of course not.
It's still recording,
so-
man.
Yeah, who cares? So,
Uh.
I mean, there's a lot of terms here which I'm not sure whether they are relevant. Like, there's a definition for otaku, Akihabara, PlayStation 2, PS2,
PlayStation 2.
Nostradamus, Love Hotel, bus hijacking, because apparently the bus hijacking was
Right.
based on a real life event or whatever.
Bus
Who cares?
hijacking. Oh, cool.
There was
Okay.
a bus hijacking in the background, but like it's not like the story was anything to do with the bus hijacking, really. Like
No.
like it was literally.
I wish it was.
Yeah, that would have been fun.
I would have rather seen a bus hijacking film than a than what we got.
Yeah.
It would have been more exciting.
By the way, Husky, you need to have Flash to Flash enable to get to see what this website is about, like to view the
Wait,
website.
which website?
It's the official Lily Cho show.
What the
English
fuck is
language.
Lily Chocho?
Yeah, all about Lily Cho show website. So it's the website for the film. And the film was apparently based on sort of a web novel kind of a project by the director. Let's see. I mean,
This is like such a mess. Like, this website just sounds grim. I mean, like, what you're using? You're using
the mic
Flash, like a text website. I don't know.
and it's all inside like a small box, like which is like it's very small. Like how should I say it?
It's small.
Yeah, it's about 5 inches tall and 8 inches wide.
I see.
So you need to scroll to see stuff, and the text is less than 10 pixels wide, and
Like,
the text is literally like on a background, like there's a photo behind, because like a screenshot from the film, so it's hard to read. So there's stuff about the two songs used. "Give Me Wings," that's probably the a cappella song which they sing, which is also the song which comes up at the end of Evangelion 2.22, if you remember that.
No,
Wait, I thought you guys hated this movie, so why are you still talking about it?
I'm not sure why. It's just this is just students' autism coming out.
Is this one of those? Is this one of those times where the background and the everything else about the movie except for the actual movie is more interesting than the movie itself?
No,
Yes, yeah.
it's all
Well, they're both
it's
kind of
all
boring, but
about
yeah.
yeah. It's all about as boring as each other. I honestly don't know why students is continuing down his
He's looking for a
continuing down
nitty
his
bitty
road of
detail on.
mediocrity.
It's it's like if you're going to, there's even a definition for rape. Um,
Okay.
apparently,
Oh my god, he's laughing.
it's defined,
This better be really funny.
He's the word rape. He just starts laughing his ass off.
That's a definition for it. Come on.
Okay, all right. Let's hear
I
it.
think so. The definition which they give is a very serious crime in Japan.
What?
Which a very serious crime in Japan, which also leaves profound psychological scars on its victims, apparently.
Let's see.
I guess the kind of people who would watch this film wouldn't know what a rape is.
Man, you've got a strange sense of humor.
Youth crimes.
This definition should just be the official official definition. You go and open up a Oxford dictionary, and you look at rape, and it's just a very serious crime in Japan.
In Japan. Yeah. Let's see. So there's something called the Sakakibara incident, decapitation of a young student. This refers.
Wait, I think I know that story. Was that the one where this guy thought that he was seeing aliens or something, so he decapitated somebody with a knife inside a bus? Was that it?
Let's see. This refers to a serial murder case that took place in Kobe, in western Japan, during 1997. One girl was seriously injured and another was killed. Killed despite the police efforts in their investigation to find the killer. There was yet another victim, an elementary school boy whose decapitated head was left in front of his school's gate. This cruel act shocked the nation. The murdered named himself the murdered. I think they're talking about the murderer, but whatever.
Okay. Right.
Because this is Google Translate English. The murdered named himself Saito Sakakibara and proceeded to taunt the murderer. Named himself Saito Sakakibara and proceeded to taunt newspapers with letters and statements. In Japanese, Saito means.
Oh man, guys, this film is actually really edgy. I was wrong. It's actually like super edgy, guys. They got all these random references to these murders. So the film must be good.
Yeah, Saito means student, but it appears his use of the word was closer to the English word saint.
I fucking called it.
In the
Saito.
end, the murderer turned out to be an acquaintance of the third victim. The killer.
Oh no, so this is
There's a definition for age 14.
What?
Why would you need that?
I thought that was like fairly sort of a fairly self-contained definition.
Following the arrest of the Sakakibara killer, a wave of copycat crimes by the same group spread throughout the country. Blah blah blah. Can't be bothered to read it.
Yeah.
That's a definition. Mobile phones, loose.
It's just a like cruel trick you're playing on us now. You were no like give a shit about this film, but you're still sort of reading to us these like asinine descriptions.
Enjo Kosai, which is high
No,
school prostitution.
stop. Please,
Mm.
I don't care.
Why not detective?
The stuff about the Japanese school system, Okinawa,
Oh god.
phenomena,
Okay, I'm
people.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
All right. All right.
Oh man.
I don't know. This kind of feels like somebody's random near city site, sort of. Like, okay,
Wait, are you
I'm
looking? Are you looking at that something Choo website? Is that what you've
Yes.
been doing this whole time?
Still.
Yeah, yeah,
Still.
yeah, official website, yeah.
Help.
Um,
All right.
What was it called? Lily Choo? Lily Pichu?
all about Lily's show, and it's probably going to be like it's their official website.
Yeah, I don't watch it.
So if that's the
Yeah.
case, they're
You probably can't open the website anyway because you need Flash.
I used to
And,
have Flash. I'm pretty sure.
you need a web browser which has Flash
Yeah,
enabled.
because you removed it.
So if you really want to see it, you will need to use something like the Pale Moon web browser, which still supports Flash, but you will still need to get a copy of Flash from somewhere else, probably.
It's not worth it,
Um,
basically.
Yes.
All right. So,
Um,
yeah. I do need to leave now, but before we go, I for the next time,
Yeah.
for the next discussion, I am going to make a return to the Fate franchise, and I'm going to watch UBW. And I think after UBW, I'll see how I feel about the franchise again, and I may or may not
Oh God.
just drop it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's do that next as soon as possible because I also will forget it soon, hopefully.
Yes.
Uh,
Okay. All right. Yeah. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah. Yeah. See you.
See ya.
See you.
Okay, so are we gonna remove the recording thing now, or is this just over and done with?
I'm just going to go over like and read a bit more from the site maybe. Because why not? I mean it's just to be thorough, just to be thorough, really. So what awards did it get? It got the sixth Shanghai International Film Festival Special Jury Award for Best Music. I don't know. I didn't feel that the music was that good. 2002 Berlin International Film Festival. I don't really care about film festivals.
Shoot. Have you watched the movie Noroi?
Noroi, no. What's it about?
Awesome. Okay. That's a movie that we gotta take a look at. So now I have two movie recommendations. Well, not the other one's not really a movie. The first one is Noroi. The second one is the OVAs of Rurouni Kenshin because those are great.
Yeah.
Those are great.
Yeah, I've read the manga chapters on which the OVAs were adapted from, and I wasn't that impressed. I kind of felt like I don't know how she is in the OVA, but in the manga, the love interest,
The wife.
Kenshin's love interest, I can't remember her name. She was sort of like a Rei Ayanami clone sort of character. Rei from Eva. She was sort of like that, sort of like silent, that silent anime character archetype, which was kind of boring to me. I don't know if it's better in the.
I didn't quite find it. I didn't quite find it that boring for her to be a silent kind of character because I was imagining this. It's weird, but I was sort of imagining this as a live action where you have ancient traditional Japan and where a lot of the women were very demure and whatnot. So I was really imagining. It's strange. I was imagining it in that semi-realistic, semi-anime lens because the way the anime is directed, I mean the way the OVA is directed, it doesn't feel too anime, and I really liked it. I really liked it for that. It felt like a solid drama. It felt like solid drama to me.
Yes, I've heard that. That the Rurouni Kenshin OVAs were some of the best romance in anime. Or apparently, I've heard people say that. But I guess, for instance, take the way that that character, the love interest character is introduced. Like Kenshin just assassinates some guy, and she just stands there unfazed. That sort of like, I don't know, like she wasn't afraid or anything. I don't know. That doesn't really.
Wait, what's this? What was the scene?
The scene where Kenshin and that girl meet, I think, or probably, not probably where they first meet. Maybe I think they first meet at a cafe or something, and then Kenshin assassinates some guy, and in front of her, if I remember correctly, and she's totally like unfazed that like this guy just killed somebody in front of me.
I'll have to rewatch the ovas again because I don't recall a scene like that happening there. Because what I do know is the reason why the girl knows about him is because she killed his husband, and she wanted revenge.
Yes, of course. But I mean, I'm not sure whether that scene where they first meet or whatever is there in the OVA. Well, I just saw it in the manga. Let's see. And
Because the animation of Ova is amazing.
I see. And Naroi, is it a horror film?
Yes, it's a horror film. Noroi it's one of those early found footage style films. But what I noticed about Noroi, because I was rewatching it, and then I noticed that there is something interesting that happens in every beat of the movie. So there's always something new to look at, something new to keep you refreshed. Despite the fact that the movie is quite slow, it's 2 hours. The pace isn't exactly fast, but it always throws candy for you to eat. It always throws breadcrumbs in the trails for you to pick up.
I see.
It's a horror about whatchamacallit. Oh yeah, a horror about this man whose house burned down, and you're just looking at the found footage files of his investigation into some cult activity. It's really cool.
I see.
I'm not sure if it came before Blair Witch or whatnot, but they did a great job of making some parts look like they were really from found footage and footage used from TV shows in old Japan. Because this was also, I'm not sure if the culture of Japan still has this keen interest in psychics, but this was during the time when that interest was really booming. The whole Esper psychic thing.
I see. Esper psychic thing. I see.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll still watch it because you recommended it, but horror is not my favorite genre. I don't know, I just don't find it scary usually. But maybe this one is
no, you're saying this because you're a pussy and you don't want to watch it.
I don't know. I've watched a bunch of stuff which people say that it's scary or whatever. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like when it comes to like real life stuff, yeah, I'm really easily scared. I'm like a certified coward. But when it comes to horror films, I don't. Okay, when it comes to
I don't scare too easy. Yeah. I don't scare too easy with horror films either.
Yeah.
But I liked it for the mystique of it.
Mm.
I mean, most horror films nowadays don't really rely on horror or creep. It's mostly lowest common denominator, making a loud sound and jump scaring you until you yelp in fear. That's usually most horror today. One horror that pulled off the creeping feeling of dread very well was The Witch, if you've seen that film. It's from the guys who made the film Hereditary.
No, I've not seen it, no.
The Witch is pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess I've seen some shitty Japanese and East Asian horror films like Grudge and One Missed Call and other shit like that.
Have you watched Ring?
Sorry?
Have you watched Ringu?
Ringu, no.
Ringu. It's the original title of Ring. The Ring. The very first one. The Ring is kind of cool. The Ring is cool, but it's not that scary because it feels actually more like a detective story. of two paranormal psychics. But one of the reasons why it's hard to get scared in the Ring is because the original Ring is because a lot of the actors they hired are so pretty. There's too much eye candy, but and the colors look really nice, so kind of difficult to be scared when there's too many pretty looking actresses.
Yeah, it kind of feels fake when everybody's just good looking for no.
But
I mean,
it's not
yeah.
good looking in a sense that it's not good looking in a sense that they look like models or whatnot, but they do look attractive in that traditional sense, if you know what I mean. I'm cracking my voice.
I see. Um, hmm, hmm. Um, I'm still looking at that website. I kind of
You
find
really developed a keen interest in this thing for some reason.
I didn't like the film at all, to be honest. But the website is kind of neat because I I think this came out in 2000 or whatever, the website. So I think they're kind of trying to like explain a lot of stuff about Japan um, through the website because they're assuming that like because they're assuming that the Western audience which is going to watch it are not going to go know shit about Japan.
Japan.
Yeah, like for instance, like there's basic stuff like about the Japanese school system. You know,
Hmm.
stuff about like that there are 3 terms per year. Um,
That
um,
sounds the website sounds pretty big. There's a lot of info in there.
yeah, that's what I was thinking too. There's a lot of stuff. Yeah. For instance, here about teachers. Um, David from LA pointed this out in America. If a student were arrested for something like shoplifting, no teacher would come over to the station to bail him out. Bail him out. But this often is the case in Japan. If a student doesn't want his parents to know, he will give the police officers the name of his school and that of a teacher who goes to the station. Because basically, this is what this sort of happens in the story at the start. The protagonist shoplifts a CD, and rather than the parents, it's a teacher who comes to the police.
I see. How interesting. Is that just a cultural thing or is it required?
Um, well, apparently, um, it's probably a cultural thing because here they say that for Japanese audiences, this is something that audiences understand. Um,
Mm.
how about you? Could this also be seen in? Could this also be seen as your teacher? Like, would your teacher come? Like, would you call your teacher if you get arrested for something as
Nope,
a
you call
student?
your parents.
Yeah.
Here in the Phil,
Yeah.
you call your parents. No, I've never been arrested.
They
So
were getting beaten up.
Yeah.
maybe they're less afraid of their teachers than their parents. That's why they call their
Guy's
teachers
previous film,
instead.
April Story. So Shuji Wise, the director of this film, his previous film took place in April during this period, so it was called April Story, and it was about during the period of the entrance ceremony. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, what else is there to say? Um, Usually when we refer to a year, we think in terms of January to December, but in Japan, if you say first year, second year, and so on, you're talking April to March of the following year. Accordingly, taxes are paid at the end of March. The entrance ceremony is also traditionally associated with the season of Sakura, with the imagery of cherry blossoms in full bloom. If you're acquainted with scenery from Japan, um, ask him to show you.
Have you been to
No, I have
Japan
not. Have
before?
you?
Yes, it's
Oh,
gorgeous.
so
If anime isn't
I
real,
was-
explain to me why we saw a girl running to school with bread in her mouth.
Yeah,
Come on, explain this to me.
yeah. I've also heard like other people like say I can't remember this MagTow channel who doesn't call himself a MagTow. What was it called? I can't remember. Anyway, he made this community test post on YouTube where he was basically saying that like people say all the time that Japan is not anime or whatever, but like when he went to Japan, well, it was basically anime. Yeah.
Yeah, it was, and I can see a lot of the reason why. I mean, I can see a lot of the things that a lot of the stereotypes they put into anime actually happening there, especially with high school, because at the risk of sounding like a total creep, when when we went to Japan, the most beautiful. Okay, I'm trying to think of a way to phrase this right now without sounding weird, but
You're trying to
because
say
we
that
went to.
you're trying to say that the high school girls were cute. Is that what you're trying to say?
Actually, yeah, because the reason I wanted to make a point of comparison because there are actual sex shops and what do you call those girls? Hostesses, people who really make it their job to spend time with sleazy old men and cake themselves up with makeup and whatnot. A lot of the adorable high school, a lot of the innocent, cute high school girls who we saw there were far more naturally attractive than those girls, and I wish them the best. And it just really occurred to me, like the thought just occurred to me when we went to Japan. When you become a high school girl, when you're a girl in Japan and you hit high school, you officially become a tourist attraction because Philippine tourists and American all tourists who went there, when high school girls were running around, they were they were running to the high school girls and asking for pictures. Me and my brothers have pictures with high school girls. Even my parents have pictures with high school girls, just because they've sort of become this strange tourist attraction. You can thank anime for that, because the uniforms do look adorable.
I mean, was it like Catholic school uniforms, or what kind of uniforms were they?
The uniforms in K-On, it was kind of like that.
I see.
Those nice sweater. What do you call those things? The ones with the. Mm, they were just nice looking sweaters. I mean, nice looking uniforms.
It's the middle schoolers, right, who wear the sailor uniforms, or at least who used to wear. I don't think that they do it anymore.
Nobody uses them anymore.
Yeah.
That's already old school. They've moved on to more classy looking uniforms, at least for the modern age. There were also girls wearing those long skirt style uniforms. The two types we saw were the mini skirts with the nice sweater vests. What do you call them? Sweater vests, and the long skirts, the black long skirts. I still have those photos up on Facebook. Really, it was so cool, so cool to see. Oh yeah, and we saw girls and boys wearing their traditional gear while commuting in train. I just found that so cool, which is the reason why I know that it's a meme. It's a meme among the dissidents to say Japan is just as degenerate and modernized as blah blah blah. Yeah, perhaps it is, but they still have that solid connection to their cultural heritage. Because we witnessed a wedding being it was that wedding was the microcosm for what I thought about Japan, where there were men in suits who were the friends of the family. God, this guy shut the fuck up. There were men in suits, men and women in suits and dresses who were following this Buddhist monk with the bride and the groom wearing traditional Japanese gear. So it looked like this is the combination of the modern world intermingling with the culture of the past, and it was such a beautiful sight to see. All the heritage sites were well preserved, all the temples were well taken care of, and we even trekked up to this Buddhist temple, which looked really creepy because we got there at night. So we accidentally separated from each other, and we were walking around, and we accidentally walked into graves, and it felt so ominous because some of the Buddhist graves were lit with red light, and I'm just wondering, did you do this on purpose to scare the shit out of people?
I don't think, by the way, that there are any bodies or anything. Maybe there are some remains, but I think they just cremate them. So
Yeah, most likely. It was just creepy, especially when you accidentally end up alone, surrounded by those wooden, what do you call those things? Wooden signs with people's names on it. You know what I'm talking about. You've seen enough samurai anime.
Mm. And to be honest, I have not seen that much samurai anime. To be honest.
I need to see more. One of my favorite aesthetics is really. I grew up. I'm not sure if you were old enough to witness the PS1 era, but there was this video game that made me acquire a taste for sword and sandal style samurai media, where they're not wearing armor or anything. They're just look like the ideal image in my mind is there's a ronin in the middle of the night who's wandering, and then somebody just approaches him and says, "I've come here for your head," or something like that, or I have come here to take your head out of an act of revenge, and they just duel under the moonlight with their swords glinting under the moonlight. And I just love that image in my mind so much. It's I think to me it's cooler than the Sengoku style samurai warfare, because there's something so romantic about two people dueling to the death under the pale light of the moon. And I love and the name of the game that made me acquire a taste for that was Soul of the Samurai or Ronin Blade on PS1. It was a really cool game for its time.
I see. Yeah, there's a whole section about Okinawa on the site.
Oh yeah, that is where we went, Okinawa.
Oh, you went to Okinawa, cool. So let's see.
We were in Osaka.
Osaka or Okinawa.
Wait. I'm probably getting the two mixed up. Let me check.
Okinawa is an island of.
Okay, yeah, Osaka. We were in Osaka. And there's a lot of traditional sites in Osaka, which is what I loved so much.
I see. If I'm not mistaken, Okinawa used to be its own kingdom or something.
Okinawa was like Karate Central of Japan, I think.
Yes. It used to be its own separate nation and people and a separate kingdom until it was annexed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there's a whole section just about Okinawa because the characters went on a trip to Okinawa in the film. It was kind of boring, but
Mm-hmm.
but I guess it's kind of interesting to see like some of the things mentioned in the film get referenced here. For instance, there's
Okinawa sounds like a peaceful place to have a vacation at. Very zen environment, if I'm to believe Mr. Miyagi.
if I'm not mistaken, people just go to Okinawa for the beaches, though, isn't it?
I'd go there for the karate.
Yeah, whatever.
But they say that the way they teach karate in Okinawa is more zen than in mainland Japan, where they are really all about beating the shit out of people.
Is that so?
Oh yeah, another thing that we saw in Japan that was really hot. there was this place called what do you call it? Toei? Was it who were the guys who made One Piece, the anime?
Shonen Jump?
No, that's not Shonen Jump. Let me
who
check
are you
it.
talking about? Okay. So,
Let me check. Yes, it was Toei Kyoto Studio Park. It was a studio park of Toei, and then there was one attraction there where it was this cute walkthrough of this ninja dojo, and there were people who were dressed up as ninjas, like stuntmen and women dressed up as ninjas, and there was this really, really, really hot Japanese ninja girl. And I'm like, oh my god, holy shit! I am actually seeing this in the reels. It was nuts.
I see.
Yeah, that's just me spurging out.
Mm. In conclusion, I'll probably put a link to the film. In the
We have to
description.
watch Noroi. Watch Noroi. Noroi is good. Noroi is an objectively good film.
I see. In April 2000,
Make a film about something. What would you make a film about?
if I had to make a film about something, film is a bit hard, I guess.
Okay, if you could make an anime about something, what would you make it about?
I mean, there's so many things you could make an anime about. But uh, I mean, you could make an anime about the reactionary right. Who knows?
You actually can, but you'd have to. I think the trick to making a film about reactionary right ideas is not to say that you're doing reactionary right ideas and just let everyone say, yeah, yeah, this is true. Oh,
Yeah.
what the fuck? 8:30 a.m. in the morning? Why? I didn't see this. I have to wake up 8:30 a.m. for some bullshit meeting.
Motherfucker, I need healing. Atit yan. Gago, wait lang. Ano na ako?
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to try to make some drafts and sketches for the VN. See what we can do with it, and then I'll present it. This should be our first stream that has what do you call it, visual content. That would be really cool.
I see.
Whoa, am I reloading my knife? Holy shit.
Okay, I'm gonna go now because I'm actually kind of shitting up your video quality with two people speaking and one person speaking in the background. So, ciao, dude.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll see you next time.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'd love to find a way to edit that out. Well, it was about time that I learned how to edit videos anyway. So, there's a bit about the background, an introduction to the thing. So I thought I might read that because it's sort of interesting. It's also on the website. So, blah blah blah. So a winding road making his way back to the film, a long way to go. Lily in Hong Kong, a boy in Taiwan. During the 1999 New Year holiday, Shunji Iwai was in Hong Kong shooting a commercial, but he took time to attend a concert by the famous Canto to PCP. Yeah, Canto to PCP. I don't know what. Canto Pop. Sorry, Canto Pop star Faye Wong, star of Wong Kar-wai's Chungking Express. I realized that I was looking at her through the eyes of a teen just like one of the main characters of the play, in the screenplay I was just beginning. In 1997, Iwai met with award-winning director Edward Young in Taiwan. Shortly after, they agreed to collaborate in the near future on a series of films entitled at the same time the Y2K Project, which was also to include Hong Kong director Stanley Kwan. The project was aimed at breaking down borders between Asian cultures, the driving theme being Asia's shift into the 21st century. All About Lily Chou was the originating project set to be shot in Taipei. It told the story of a charismatic Hong Kong artist born in Taipei and of a local Taiwanese boy. Spending time in Taiwan, the director worked on the plot, developing a first draft of a screenplay when Glide, Sudden Stop, a devastating earthquake, and Kyomei. The Taipei earthquake changed everything. So apparently All About Lily Show was going to have a different.
Like, for some reason, AA keeps on. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that you were talking. It's just something I wanted to talk about a while ago, but I forgot to do it. For some reason, I've noticed this. I've watched 3 episodes of some of AA streams so far, and I noticed that he always makes a comparison between him and Gen X Daria. I mean Daria from that cartoon.
You're gonna have to rep me.
He thinks that that's basically him. Yes.
Yeah. So we could. I want to work around that with the design for his VN character. We can definitely draw inspiration from Daria.
I see. But yeah, I see. And the idea for a video was a PowerPoint presentation, right? About
Not really a PowerPoint presentation, but more of just
Okay,
finding a
run back
way
to me,
to.
run
It
to
just.
me, run to me, run.
I only mentioned PowerPoint because I wanted to. I wanted to say that we needed visuals for it,
I see.
and let's throw in some royalty-free
Yeah,
background
that's
music
like
that can be
taking
played
risks.
in the background,
Okay.
Nice
Okay. Hmm.
so it doesn't sound too. It doesn't sound too quiet.
I
Run
see.
and gun. Okay lang, low ka na rin.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to put
If it's a discussion, I think it's
at
going
least
to
you
be
didn't put
fine.
the Odin.
Even without the background music. But yeah, certainly some visuals. Somebody has to prepare the presentation, of course. That's the problem. Maybe if I ask Toad Agent, he can do something about that.
German porn.
Yeah. So yeah, I was still reading about. There's a long introduction section on the website.
Probably she sent nudes to Raze or something.
Which is just sort of interesting, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, Janet's Daria, sure. Yeah, why not? I haven't
Yeah.
watched the cartoon. Have you watched it?
I haven't watched the cartoon either, but I'm just talking about the overall design.
I think
There can be inspiration taken from Daria's character. You don't have to copy it one for one. My brother likes to call this taking the essence of her design and just putting it into the character.
I think he made a video about Janet's, which was about Janet's Daria. So
Yeah, he did. He made a video about the boomers, the Gen Xers, the millennials, and the Gen Zs, like every single generation and their reaction to something. I forgot what it was, but I think it's their overall reaction to the culture of todayers or whatnot.
Yeah,
Or whatever.
Oh boy.
All right.
Uh,
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, if you're already seeing it, that's good too. So I'll keep on reading this and see what happens.
And strangely enough, I got the inspiration from. I mean, I got the idea of that drawing that what was his name? That drawing that one of our mates made in the VN about his idea of what his AA design would look like, his AA character design would look like. It reminded me of Gen X Daria for some reason. So because of the glasses, I think the one that some guy said it looks like my math teacher or whatever. It reminded me of Gen X Daria, so we can take some of the essence of that and turn it into a character. Where if AA looked at that, he would think he would think I should probably stop calling myself Gen X Daria. Because it's just so funny how he keeps on saying it over and over. You're comparing yourself to a female. How is comparing yourself to a female character any different from a lot of anime femboys who compare themselves to female anime characters?
Yeah, I guess he would say that it's it's not like a cute girl or whatever. So I don't know whether that makes it any better. I don't know.
Gen X Daria is not bad looking, just kind of cute. She just has to drop the fucking pretentious "I'm smarter than you" passive aggressive, smothered in bitch sauce attitude.
Yeah, but
okay, at least
I mean that's basically her character. So yeah.
Smoke Tower.
So let's see. The Taipei earthquake changed everything. Composer and long-time
Okay, now I'm really out. See ya.
See ya, bye. Composer and long-time Iwai collaborator Takeshi Kobayashi was crushed by the news. He had worked hard on creating the fictitious Hong Kong artist Lily Chou, moving beyond the actual presence of an actress or performer in order to reach the essence of the character, which was what the story required, that spirit-like quality, and what proved to be the most difficult thing to achieve during filming. After months of hit and miss, Kobayashi could finally introduce Levi to an unknown singer. All right. I was surprised to see that she looked like how I had pictured Lily herself. Come to think of it, there was like a video, like at the concert in the film where they do show a singer. I don't know whether that's actually supposed to be like there's a TV screen and they show a music video. I don't know whether that's actually supposed to be really Chou anyway. So the singer eventually took on the role of Lily. To get things started, Iwai shot the first video inside the movie single Glide, after which everybody was expecting shooting to start writing. I think that's writing. The font is so small, it's hard to read. To start writing a few months. The story was almost finished, but something was missing. The center, the identity of the film, something like that. The director went back to the screenplay, rewriting it in spite of his colleagues' strong objections. Filming was postponed indefinitely, and then Taipei was hit by a massive earthquake. An omen, good or bad. In any case, all crew members were uninjured. The Japanese media coined the disaster the Taiwan earthquake, while in Taipei it went under the name of Chou earthquake. Site of the quake's epicenter, art-nature synchronicity. By the end of that year, Kobayashi invited Iwai to his home and made him listen to another track, Kiyomei. Although the film was shelved, all those characters were still living inside the composer. He couldn't let go of that world, and songs kept on coming to him. Lily was less and less of a fictitious character. It doesn't need to be a film. There could be a more suitable medium for it. It's what I thought as I listened to Kiyomei. How the prototype for an internet novel came to be. In April 2000, Iwai returned to Lily in the shape of a new mode of novel, writing for the net. One which would truly be interactive by integrating into the text the user input. The result? All about Lily Chou. It was a gamble. It was a gamble. I couldn't predict what was going to happen next, and I wasn't sure people would relate to this way of looking at things, but as soon as it appeared online, the DigiCrowd just threw in one story after another. On April 1st, the novel finally took off. And there's the website. It links to basically this site, but to the homepage of this site, which is www.lily. Whatever, I'll put the link in the description. However, this had little to do with a traditional novel. Users were confronted with a Lilyholic website managed by someone named Sati. Of course, this site was also part of the fiction. Many people left messages on the BBS day after day. They often mentioned the word eater. I was stunned that a word like eater, that is E-T-H-E-R, would be used so readily by people. They all talked about what eater actually is, what it is for them. Our sense of what eater was in our story coincided with theirs. I don't know. I think they were probably just shit posting. Whatever. This BBS is the heart of the story. Iwai developed the story by creating many usernames which he used to reply to incoming messages in order to make the story move ahead. Making a story with faceless people was the most exciting experience I have ever had. A murder took place at a Shibuya concert hall. Did this murder actually happen, or probably it was fictional? A murder took place at a Shibuya concert hall. At that same moment, Lily's fan site, Lilyphilia, disappeared, went offline. A story began to take form, linking the two events. Who did it? How much of this did Iwai actually write? Such questions were a source of pleasure and intrigue for those who logged on to solve the riddle. But I had to betray all participants before long. At the end of the story, the BBS suddenly vanished. If I had staged all this, it was only after that that the true story began. All participants were shut out from the site, and the story went in an unexpected direction. All fans could do was just read it, logging onto Shunji Iwai's official site, the Yentown report. I don't think that's pretty cool, to be honest. If you're going to if you're going to get other people's help to write your story, you shouldn't just kick them out. The Yentown report to post messages with each new chapter. So it just became a normal, boring web novel. Sometimes they wrote angry messages criticizing the shocking and disturbing aspects of the story. I don't want to read it anymore. Many across the country expressed and voiced their frustration. All About Lily Chou was serialized in a magazine over a 3-month period, after which the related BBS was opened up once more. Messages appeared immediately. It appeared the online novel wasn't quite finished yet. Okay, so it was serialized in a magazine, and then the BBS was opened up once more, and then the story continued. All right. Returning to the film, but it's no longer just a film. I felt I had reached something that had escaped me a year ago. I thought this could make me for a very good film. It seemed more tangible to me now. Once the serialization was complete, Iwai went back to the screenplay and completed the second draft. The same year, the film world was faced with another digital discovery and a potential revolution in the future of filmmaking. A new digital video camera called the 24 Progressive came on the scene. News soon followed that George Lucas would be using it for his next Star Wars episode. An interest in the camera peaked in the movie industry. Iwai and his technical crew opted to use this camera for Lily, aware that in the near future digital video projectors, the DLP, will make their way into movie theaters. In short, digital technology has made its way into all aspects of filmmaking. The golden age of film reels is coming to an end. Is that the end? Film stock is currently much better. Why doesn't it scroll down? Yeah, it works now. Film stock is currently a much better medium than digital video, but I'm familiar with the specific problems of video. Once those are out of the way, film may disappear. Lily Chou will be Japan's first film shot with this digital camera. Iwai has often been a technological groundbreaker in his country, having used non-linear Avid systems for the editing of his film Undo, and adopting DTS digital theater sound for his April story. The aim isn't to be the first to use the tools. While he was struggling with the screenplay, test footage shot with the digital camera was screened for him, combining art and technology, art science. Such combinations are natural for Iwai and may account for the beauty and haunting pastoral glow of his climatic sequences. Shooting began on August 10th, 2000. In August 2000, the digital binary birth of Lily begins. So that was the introduction. I already read the story section. The production notes section. What's there? When I shot Love Letter. Okay, is it? How long is it again? Okay, let's read the end. Describing this film as a realistic is pointless, since reality itself exists within it. The answer, the solution are in the movie. If I can choose the work that will endure after me, I want to make it this one. It feels like a sum to me. I don't know. There's more stuff. There's some stuff about Debussy, but I'm not interested. The music. The film has been Iwai's hardest project to date. Lily Chou is his brainchild, and hopes it will be the film for which he will be remembered. It took nearly 4 months to cut and edit the film, the longest period spent on a production. What else is there? So the climatic concert scene at Shibuya's Quatre required over 1,000 extras, which were assembled through posting on the net and in magazines. It took 2 days in November the 13th and 14th to shoot the scene, which would have been a complete failure without the participation. That's a spelling mistake. Without the participation of all the extras present. Iwai was careful about every little detail, handing out notes to each extra, giving a word of advice on how to perform. In the same spirit of collaboration, the junior high school students at Ashikaga City were also keenly cooperative, as was Japan's top-ranking school brass band, whose music is heard throughout the film. In sharp contrast to the boys' frustration, anguish, and pain, the rural town where they live appears strikingly calm and peaceful. There's no mystery behind the lush greenery of the rural setting. It stands on its own, shines for what it is. Some of the words posted on a BBS and used to describe the rural setting were kept by Y, who persisted in preserving this countryside as the main location of the film. The opening scenes showing Yuichi standing in a lush golden field, listening to music may be the key to the film, its symbol. Iwai scouted locations throughout Japan to find the perfect place and settled on Ashikaga City in Toishi Prefecture, about 2 hours from Tokyo. It bore a strong resemblance to what he had imagined the town would look like. Blah blah blah. This 14-year-old boy, blah blah blah, is just like you out there. When I shot Love Letter, I felt I had to look at the darker side of students' lives made up of grey, monotonous days. As Iwai explains, this film looks in uncompromising details at the everyday life of 14-year-old teens, as blunt and direct as a blow to the body. Casting, I don't know. I mean, I was a 14-year-old, and I mean, I've seen bullying, but never this bad. So whatever. Casting the main characters took more, or maybe I just didn't have much of a social life. So none of this shit really is that relevant to me, including the bullying, I guess. Casting the main characters took more than 2 months, as if I auditioned youths for the parts of Yuichi, Shusuke Shiori, and Yoko. Blah blah blah. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else that interesting here. Blah blah blah. There's something about the cast. I think a lot of effort has gone into this website. There's something about the cast, but I don't care. Sorry. Or about the staff. I didn't care much about the staff either. There's something about Shunji Iwai. He was born on January 24th, 1963 in Sendai City, Japan. He started his career directing music videos. Whatever, that's enough. I'm not bothered. Read that. There's a bunch of links to reviews. There's a link to a Time review, a New York Times review. Yeah, but I'm not going to read them because fuck reviewers. Especially like. Anyway, who cares? There's some stuff about famous people in Japan. Blah blah blah. Izumi Inamori Unokanda. Unokanda, one of Japan's popular media talents, known more for her rude and arrogant character. Who is this Unokanda? I like. Sounds interesting. I'll open a tab. with Uno Kanda in it. Uno Kanda. There you go. Fuck. What's wrong with the keyboard? Kanda. There you go. I think I've already talked enough about this. It will be a pain to edit out that bit where I talked with Husky about something which I shouldn't mention again, because I'll have to cut it out again if I do that. I don't really know how to edit it out, to be honest, but I probably need to learn how to edit stuff out anyway. So anyway, that was Lily Chou. So thank you for listening. And now get out. Well, to be honest, I still don't get what the point of the film was. I'll have to ask Paz and see what he says. Yeah, get out.